I'm Haisch, and this is my ceremonial speech about Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney once said, "In the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make." Paul McCartney is a kind and caring man full of many great accomplishments. From the Beatles to Wings, or even to his solo touring career, Paul McCartney has made thousands of accomplishments. From reliving those Ed Sullivan moments or seeing him live in concert, we the people are witnessing one of thousands of accomplishments he has made. But that's not all. Paul McCartney is full of many other accomplishments outside the world of music. I first heard of Paul McCartney when I went to the Beatles Love Show in Las Vegas. Ever since then, I've been a huge fan of the Beatles and the works of Paul McCartney. And what they say is true. All you need is love, or let it be, because in the end, you can't fix everything that happens to you in your life. Paul McCartney is a living legend, and today, through three main points, I'm going to share with you three major accomplishments that Paul McCartney has made. First, McCartney won fame through the Beatles. Second, McCartney remained a fan favorite in his later career. And third, McCartney generously gives. Now, for most of us, we'll remember Paul McCartney as a member of the Fab Four. First, McCartney won fame through the Beatles. According to Michael Gilmore, who was a writer for Rolling Stones magazine, in his 2014 article, on the night of February 4th, 1964, Paul McCartney and the Beatles performed on the Ed Sullivan Show. So many people wanted to witness this night that 50,000 ticket requests were requested. 50,000 ticket requests for a theater that only held 728 people. Together, the Beatles sang a total of 5 songs. Those 5 songs were All My Lovin', Meredith Willson, Till There Was You, She Loves You, I Saw Her Standing There, and I Want to Hold Your Hand. Again, we hear from Michael Gilmore's 2014 article that 73 million people tuned in for this concert, and at that time that was the highest audience that they've ever had. Also, that this night was the start of Beatlemania. The Beatles continued their success for 6 more years until they disbanded on April 10, 1970. Now, in my first main point, I shared with you that Paul McCartney won huge fame through the Beatles, and they made many accomplishments that will forever live on. Now, after Paul McCartney's journey with the Beatles, he then created his own band and eventually went on his own solo touring career. Second, McCartney remained a fan favorite in his later career. According to the workers of Billboard magazine, in 1971, Paul McCartney and his wife Linda formed Wings. Together, they intended this band to be a full-fledged recording and touring band. One major song from Wings was the song Live and Let Die. Live and Let Die became the theme for the James Bond movie. Also, their most successful album was Band on the Run. When Wings would go on tour, they would often break many attendance records as well. Unfortunately, on December 8, 1980, Paul McCartney's dear friend John Lennon was assassinated. Paul McCartney was so heartbroken over this that he no longer wanted to tour, and this led to the breakup of Wings. Now, according to a huge fan of Paul McCartney, which is myself, Paul McCartney is now on his own solo touring career. Last year, in the year 2015, Paul McCartney went on his Out There tour. He made many stops all around the globe, and in the end, he made it to a lot of different places. Now, Paul McCartney is a 73-year-old man, and to me, I say if you're a 73-year-old man still on tour, that's a huge accomplishment right there. Now, in the year 2016, Paul McCartney is on his one-on-one tour, and in fact, he'll be here May 2nd at the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Now, in my second main point, I proved to you that even today, Paul McCartney is still a fan favorite. Now, Paul McCartney not only has had many musical accomplishments, he's also had many humanitarian accomplishments as well. Third, McCartney generously gives. According to a 2001 article written by Paul McCartney's social media team, on October 20th, 2001, Paul McCartney held a concert in New York City for the victims of the vicious 9/11 attacks. Paul McCartney, along with David Bowie, Jay-Z, The Who, and Bon Jovi, they all sang together for a total of 5 hours and raising over $35 million. To end the concert, Paul McCartney sang his song Freedom, which was written in the aftermath of the attack. Now, according to Look to the Stars, which is just a website that gives a little insight on celebrities and the charities they donate to, we learned that Paul McCartney donates to 42 different charities. Some of those charities include Celebrity Fight Night Foundation, Children with Leukemia, City of Hope, Humane Society International, Keep a Child Alive, Kids Wish Network, Red Cross, Society for animal protection legislation, Stop Out Bullying, Voices Against Violence, and Worldwide Orphans Foundation. Now, as I proved to you in my third main point, McCartney not only has many musical accomplishments, but he also has many humanitarian accomplishments through generously giving money. In the end, Paul McCartney is a kind and caring man. Now, Paul McCartney once said, "Why should I retire? Sit at home and do nothing? I'm much better out playing." Again, Paul McCartney is a 73-year-old man whose life is full of many accomplishments, and today he still even plans on making many more. His accomplishments will forever live on, but not only will his musical accomplishments forever live on, his humanitarian accomplishments and giving back to others who need it most will also live on too. Paul McCartney is a living legend, and today through three main points I shared with you the three major accomplishments of Paul McCartney. First, McCartney won fame through the Beatles. Second, McCartney still is a fan favorite today. And third, McCartney generously gives. Thank you for listening to my ceremonial speech about Paul McCartney.